Welcome one, welcome all to the Mad Poet Show. Thank you for being here. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. And I'm glad that we're all here. I see we got Obscure Mysticism Cults tuning in from YouTube. Cheers right back at you. Funny thing, I was just actually watching that sitcom, Cheers. That's one of my all-time favorites. Therese is here. And I want to say something about Therese. Has recently graduated with her master's degree in marketing. So congratulations on your graduation, Therese. That is freaking awesome. And Susan's popping in, says she loves the crowd sounds. Thank you very much. I'm glad that's working out reasonably well. I think it's kind of fun. The funny thing is, I can't hear them over here. I don't know how to change that. I can't hear the crowd noises at all. They're completely silent for me. So I just basically have to look over at my thing and be like, okay, the crowd noise is on. That's all I got. I just want to change one little thing here to make my life a touch easier. And everything else should stay the same for you guys. So tonight we are playing my 55th album, The Patron Saint of Murderers. So I'm gonna do a little thing here, and I will reissue this. And this is applicable to anyone who is on any platform that can chat. So basically, if you're on a Freaka TV, my apologies. I am unable to see what you chat on, but I should see it from anywhere else. And so if you're on Vaughn or Nono or Nemo or Trovo, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, I'm probably missing Picardo, probably missing some in there. So my neighbor is a fan of the Mad Poet. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is a window sticker for your car or your office or whatever, your mirror. The Mad Poet window sticker. So I'm going to do a contest. And so here's the question. The first person to answer this question, I will mail them this anywhere in the world. I will cover postage. This album is named after a video game. The video game is called City of Heroes. And in that video game, I came across a character, and you can have like a little character bio. And I clicked and I was reading their bio, and they described their character as the patron saint of murderers. So I messaged them and was like, that is awesome. I'm using that as an album title. So here's the question. First person to answer it gets this mailed to them. One, the Mad Poet window sticker. What other album has the title also come from the game City of Heroes? And then I will send you this. If no one gets it, we'll come up with another contest for it for next week, and I don't know what that will be. Okay, so this album is called The Patron Saint of Murderers. This is my 55th album. It's really crazy to me when I say that number. 55 albums. I'm working on my 65th album. If you had asked me just 10 years ago, will you ever have 65 albums? I'd be like, no way, not a chance. But I do, and that's weird. So this next song is the title track, The Patron Saint of Murderers. Sometimes I have an album and a song title be the same. When I started writing this song, I've said this before, if you've seen me ever play this album before, you probably already know this, but as soon as I started writing this song, I was like, this song needs harpsichord. It's necessary, it's mandatory, I'm gonna do it, and I love the way the harpsichord came out in this. Fun song. This is the Patron Saint of Murderers. And so far, it looks like we've got no takers on the contest question for one, the Mad Poet window sticker. I will repeat the contest. And this album, The Patron Saint of Murderers, the title is inspired by a video game called City of Heroes. What other album title is inspired by the same video game? And well, I'll tell you what, next week, I will answer that question by playing it. That is the album we will do next week. I'll put that much out there. I don't know if anyone's noticed I'm playing guitar. I haven't played in a long time. This is very similar to my green one, but it's a black paint job. It's an Ibanez Sabre. And I bought this from my buddy Jake. He had this for a long time. The main pickup, the neck and bridge pickups were missing. He was gonna wire it up and sell it. And I was for like, $200-300 bucks. And I was like, I'll give you $50 and I'll wire it up. He's like, yeah, go for it. And it's been a bit of a project guitar. The neck had a few wonky frets in it, and it kind of warped a little bit when we moved out to the desert. So I just restrung it over this week, and it's feeling pretty good. It's a nice playing guitar. It's still got a few wonky little things in the neck, but it's workable. And I love Ibanez Sabres. They are such a great guitar. Ooh, pardon me. What's that all about? This particular one, I know was made in '96. I found that when I was looking it up. I found that the shark tooth inlays on this model were only done in 1996. So I know that I've got a 1996 guitar here. And this is, my Jackson does not have shark tooth. And that's a great descriptor of these inlays, shark tooth. So there we go, shark tooth inlays, 1996, Ibanez Sabre. The Sabres are awesome. They're I don't know how well you can see it. They're a very thin guitar. They're kind of normal thickness in the middle, thin on the outside, so they're kind of curved and shaped, and they feel great. They're great. So it's really nice having this one up and running again. I have a feeling that's in the guitar itself. I don't think that's the cable this time. So I may have to go and touch a few solder. So I may even have to replace the jack on that. I don't know. Bit of a project guitar, but it's a cool one. Moving right on along. Playing album number 55, The Patron Saint of Murderers. Song number 3 in E Phrygian. It's called Stained with Sin. while I'm liking this guitar, I'm going to swap it out because I'm just realizing that my intonation is set incorrectly. And I'm going to switch out to the green guitar because I'm a little out of tune up on the top end of some of these solos. I'm going to drop some stuff on the floor. Hopefully my wireless still works. I don't change guitars in the middle of shows very often. Where's it? Oh, there it goes. That sounds like it's still working. A little of this, a little of that. Bump the input up. The pickups in that other guitar are much stronger than in this guitar, so need to bump the input up a little bit here. Okay, rocking, moving right on along. Song number 4. Slowing it down a little bit here, getting into some B minor. This is called An Angel Flying with Broken Wings. Ah, feeling kind of toasty over here. It's up in the upper 80s out in eastern Washington here. Actually, a fairly mild summer for us, but definitely feeling the when I put on dress shirt, vest, tighten up the neck, start jumping around with my guitar. Do feel the heat a little bit. We're sweating here a bit. That works for me. So this next song is my album dedication song. Therese says, oh, she's talking to Obscure. I'll let you guys chat. This song is dedicated to my buddy Duncan. And on every album I dedicate a song to someone I like, someone I've worked with, done projects with, whatever. And Duncan and I used to play together in a band called Hades Machine, a punk band out of Snohomish, Washington. They're still together, and HadesMachine.com. They're an awesome band. And I don't know how active Jake's been. The last thing I knew of them doing, Jake had actually contacted me and asked me to play guitar on a Killing Joke cover that Hades Machine was doing. That was really fun. And it came out great. It's available on the Hades Machine Bandcamp if you want to go check it out. It's called Euphoria by Killing Joke. And all I did was play guitar. Everything else was done by Jake. He did the drum. I think that one had drums programmed. He played the bass. He did the vocals, and it came out great. It was very fun. I just played the one guitar part, but Duncan and I were in this band together, and I had a blast playing with Hades Machine. I've always said, if you want to have fun driving, drive a vintage Beetle. I've never had more fun in any other kind of car than in my old 75 Bug. It was purple, much like my shirt, and it was freaking awesome. If you want to just have fun driving, drive a Volkswagen Beetle. Vintage, not the new. I've got a new one. They're great. They're not the kind of fun of a vintage Beetle. And if you want to have fun playing music, play in a punk band. The punk bands are the equivalent of a vintage Beetle. They're just fun. They get you where you need to go, and you're gonna have a great time doing it. That's how you do it. Therese says, Randy, thanks for the shout out. Your music, this show, and the society was with me through my educational journey. That's awesome. And I know that Therese has been a big fan of my music for a very long time. We've been friends for about 50,000 years now. And in fact, on my 65th album, my upcoming one, I am dedicating a song to Therese's mother, who I've also known for, actually I met them on the same day, long time ago. Back, I think Therese was 14 then, and she's about 500 now. And which means I was in my 30s and I'm about 5,000 now. So, because that's how math works. But yes, thank you very much. I'm glad that I can be inspirational to anyone out there. That always makes me feel great when I hear stuff like that. Back to this song. So it's going out to my man Duncan. And like I said, I just always had a blast playing with punk bands. And I was with Hades Machine for probably 3.5 years. Duncan was with us probably for about a year, I think, maybe a year and a half. Played with a few different, it's kind of a rotating lineup, and has continued to be so through the years. I'm still on great terms with everyone in that band. It's just awesome. And this song additionally is inspired by one of my favorite bands, Styx, that I grew up listening to their music. And there's a song they have called Castle Walls that if you know that song, you'll hear the inspiration in the intro. It's by no means a copy of the song, but you will hear the inspiration. And this song is called The Castle of the Crimson Knight. All right. So Therese says, is the answer to your question an innocent assassin? Incorrect. An Innocent Assassin is my 21st album, and that one did not have any particular inspiration for its title. Good guess, though. Good guess. I like it. Only 62 other options. Okay. What do we got going on here? If anyone's coming in a little late, if you're unfamiliar with the show, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We play instrumental metal here. Well, I play instrumental metal. You might be playing instrumental metal. I don't know what you're doing, actually. You guys could be doing all kinds of weird stuff, and I have no idea what's going on in your lives. I hope that your lives are going well. But thank you for being here, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm streaming out to 12 different platforms, so people could be coming in from all over the world, and I know we had someone here from Argentina last week. I know on Nemo.tv we've got a significant number of people tuning in from Vietnam, it looks like, which is awesome. And yes, thank you for being here. Slightly Wilson is a new follower. I don't know if you're on tonight. I did notice that you followed. If you happen to be watching, thank you very much for following. And thank you to all followers. If you're out there, if you're watching, if you're active in chat, if you're just watching or listening or smelling the show, whatever it is that you're getting down with, thank you for being here. Playing my 55th album tonight called The Patron Saint of Murderers. There's a little contest going if you haven't come in. I got the title of this song from a video game called City of Heroes. One other album has been named from something in that game. And we've had one guest so far, which is an Innocent Assassin. And that is not it. Moving into song number 6. This is one of my longer albums. We've got 12 songs on this album, so we're not quite, probably around the halfway mark, thereabouts-ish or so, or something like that. And this title is just applicable to everybody, because it's the truth. We're all heading there, and the vulture awaits. Okay, and Obscure Mysticism Cole says, total support for the cast removal. I forgot that, yeah, is that... Someone had been injured. Was that you, Therese, was in a cast? We've got another a friend, family friend that just recently slipped down her stairs and has both of her feet in casts. She broke both of her feet, and it's like, dude, you can't do much with no feet. So, yeah. And then another friend of Sarah's, another botanist friend of Sarah's, broken ankle. So she's in a cast. I know a lot of people in casts right now. It's not a good time to know me, because apparently knowing me gets you hurt. Sorry, I was just looking at one of the chats, had some really small typing in it. I didn't know what that was. It was someone's username. We're good. Okay. I've mentioned a few times that as I've been working on the production for this new album, things are getting really good. And there was one of the big problems was there was an exciter plugin turned on that was part of another plugin, and I didn't know it. And that's on right now, and I got to tell you, it is so present to my ear now. It's just like blasting me out. So I'm really glad I figured that out. So I'm gonna have to rearrange with the new information I've got, rearrange some of these old mixes and make them a little better. But one thing I really like to do when I'm working on any kind of audio engineering, when I'm working on getting the sound right for something, is when I go out for a run, I will listen to it in my headphones. I'll go for a walk or a run, I'll listen to it in the car, but I really like listening to it on my runs. And so last night, I was out for a run. I ran about 6.5 miles yesterday. We're out in desert area here, and it's just gorgeous out there. It's just, you can just, skies are huge. I love desert skies. And so I'm running along, listening to my music, loving it. And it's summertime. It was evening time, so I usually wait for it to get just to cool off a little bit. But I'm out there running. I take the shirt off. I'm out there, my sweat-covered muscles glistening in the sun, and there's these little gnats, little insects out there, just all over the place. And I'm about 4.5 miles deep, probably. I look down at my chest. And there had to be like 50 or 60. I'm just plastered with these little insects drowning in my sweat. It was disgusting. And it was awesome. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be wearing this shirt anytime soon, so I'm wiping them off. I don't know how many of those little gnat things I wiped off of my chest last night. It was so gross. But it was awesome. It was a good run. It was a really good run. I was really good. I actually had to take about a week off. Yeah, probably about a week. I had been rope jumping for about a half hour, and I get showered up and everything, and then a couple hours later I'm walking down the stairs and I just kind of feel something pop in my knee, kind of like in the back, not in the kneecap area, but back in the back. And I'm like, it didn't hurt, but I'm like, I don't want to take any chances with this. Knees are kind of important, so I took it easy, just did some other kinds of exercising, but then a couple days later, I couldn't feel it. I go out for my run. I'm like, nothing. I'm like, okay, good. I'm not hurt. Actually, it's good to be back out there and running. Therese says, yes, I got my hand caught in a pallet. Oh, you got to watch out for those. That can hurt. Broke your pinky finger. It didn't heal right, so I had to have a pin put in to set it. That sounds like it's probably less fun than what I'm going to do as soon as this show's over, which is I'm going to eat a slice of pizza. And that just sounds like more fun than breaking a finger. I could be wrong. I've never broken a finger. I don't think I've ever broken a bone. I think it's likely. So I should say this. I don't know for sure that I've ever broken a bone. I think I have probably broken 2 toes on my left foot. I didn't go to the doctor for it because my understanding has always been if you break anything other than your big toe, they're just like, try not to hit it again. They can't even set it. So I think I've broken 2 toes on this foot. The pain was unbelievable, and the color that they turned was even less believable. It was gross. I'm just talking about all kinds of gross stuff tonight. Insects drowning in my sweat, broken toes. Awesome. And you know why? Because that's what we do here. Let's continue with this next song, which is called Unspoken Malice. All right. I'm just putting some links up in the Nemo chat here. They don't normally get those. I'd like to thank everyone from Nemo. Nemo is a website that about a month or so back really started getting a lot of traction, and it's a Vietnamese website, so get a lot of actual chatting on it. But my numbers are very high on that, and so thank you very much for coming in. And if you're coming in from anywhere else, also of course, thank you for that. I appreciate you being here. I love doing this. I need to mention, City of Souls was right. Therese, I forgot to mention that. Your second guess was correct. City of Souls. And so I'll need your address, and I will shoot you off the Mad Poet window sticker. Postage paid by me. Excellent. And Utopian Wasteland is one that, if I recall correctly, and I'm not going to say for sure that I do because I don't always, I think that one was actually inspired by a photograph that I took, which is now the cover of that. And that's out in the desert here near where I live. We were out just botanizing. For those who aren't familiar, my wife Sarah is a botanist, and we go out and just do plant collections and stuff. And so mostly she's doing the plant collections and I'm out just exploring because I don't know plant stuff like she does. But I had my camera and I was just taking some pictures, and from what I recall, that photograph actually inspired that title. So yes, I may be remembering that wrong. It's been probably 2 years since I did that album. So I think that's my 57th is Utopian Wasteland. But yeah, City of Souls, my 52nd album, is inspired by City of Heroes. And in City of Heroes, there's a place you can go, an area you can go called Night Ward. And inside Night Ward, one of the geographic regions is City of Souls. And my character flies, and so I was flying on through there, and every time you enter a new zone or whatever it is, it pops up the name and City of Souls, and I'm like, that's my next album right there, baby. Absolutely. So, yes, send me an email with I think you have my email address. If not, hit me up through themadpoet.net. Give me your physical address. I will throw you in the mail the Mad Poet window sticker, and you can put that in your window, or really wherever else you want to, because it'll be yours and you can do what you want with it. Because it's crazy how that works, isn't it? You know what else is crazy? I'll tell you what else is crazy. What's crazy is that, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. It's actually in G sharp Phrygian, which is absolutely G sharp minor. And this song is called Two Kinds of Anger. Two kinds of anger. I think there are probably actually technically more than two kinds of anger, but it does make for a fun song title. This is one of the albums that I've talked about before where it's, if you judge me based on my song titles and my album titles, you're probably going to get the wrong impression of the kind of person that I actually am. This one's definitely got the wicked song titles on it. Much like this next one, we're going to slow it down a little bit. This song is Blessed Are the Wicked. I was kind of digging a little C sus9 chord at the end there. That worked well. I love 9 chords. 9 chords are up. If you use a major 9. Minor 9 chords you have to be more cautious about. Major 9s are just a fantastic sound. One day I'll maybe go through and actually fix the cameras on this thing. Who knows? Who knows? Randy does not know. For anyone else who may not know, I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Thank you for coming in, wherever you're tuning in from, anywhere in the world. Any of our various platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Trovo, D Live, Picardo, Nono, Nemo, wherever you're coming in from. I think I missed a few. Thanks for being here. You are appreciated. I love doing this. See, this makes for a good day for me because I'm playing guitar and I'm going to eat pizza when I get done. What more could a boy ask for? That's just a good life right there. And I've already had pizza today, so I'm nailing it. I just want to make sure that I should be good. I want to make sure I don't run out of battery power here. I've got 3 songs left. 2 of them are actually kind of short, so we should be good. I think I've got over an hour of battery time left, so. But yes, thank you very much for coming in. I do appreciate it. We're playing my 55th album tonight. It is called The Patron Saint of Murderers. It was named after a character in the video game City of Heroes. And the other video game, the other album that was named after that game is City of Souls. Therese answered that correctly, and we'll be getting a window sticker. Totally lost my train of thought there because I am a dork. And it looks like my parents are tuning in from Facebook. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you guys. No problem about being a bit late. I understand having busy days. I did not have a busy day today. I definitely sometimes have very busy days. Today was just like totally relaxed. Just kind of chilling, getting ready for the show. Everything went well, so no complaints there. This was definitely not one of my busy days. But I hope you guys had a great day. Thank you very much for being here. We got 3 songs left this evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. We're moving toward the end of the show, but we're definitely not there yet. This song's a little on the shorter side, and it's a little on the faster side. This is called 6 Scars. Water. Oh, I am so glad I have reasonable access to water. There are certain things in life we should appreciate more. In first world countries, we take water for granted. Don't. Just don't. It's so amazing. I love my water. I like swimming. I like taking showers. I like taking baths. I like drinking water. Water is just awesome. Okay, so this next song, I've spoken about this before, but I know that we do have some new viewers in who may be interested in some of how I approach things. You set out to write a song, and most times you get something kind of close, an approximation of what you had in mind. This song that's coming up, the 11th song on my 55th album, is called Voices of the Soulless. When I started putting the music for this together, I had an idea in mind for what I wanted to feel like, and when I got done, this song came out exactly like I wanted it. It feels so good. So good. And when you're doing your project like that, and you're just like, oh yes, that's what I'm looking for. It's just, there's a sense of completion there that you just don't get very often. I feel like I'm almost getting to that point with the new mix of the new album. The production is just about where I want it. I've learned so much about audio engineering. The other thing I like to point out on this song is that sometimes I'm often asked about how I go about this, because a lot of people have either commented or asked about my musical memory, because I have a lot of music that I play. And I don't have this music memorized. The sheet music is in front of me on a large monitor, scrolls by automatically. It was a very interesting challenge to get all that set up. It works extremely well. And so when I'm playing the rhythm guitars, I'm looking at the sheet music. I look at something called tablature, which is specifically for guitars. And then the solos I improvise, but what I will often do is I will write a motif. So this, I've written this. And you'll hear that motif occur a few times in this song. You hear it there, and you also hear it an octave lower. And that it can kind of set a theme for how I might approach a solo. It kind of gets a mood going. And then I vary from that, and I come back to it. And it's a great way to have some ideas about what kind of improvisation you might do. So every time you hear this, every time I play this album, my guitar solos are different. I'm sure you could find a lot of similarities in them. I definitely have a personal style to how I approach guitar. I do like to continually learn new things about music and about guitar so I can change things about my style. But I've definitely got a style. And I think this is a good song to kind of listen for those types of things. And like I said, I nailed the feeling on this one. It feels right. This is called Voices of the Soulless. All right, gang, we are moving in on the last song of the evening. This song is titled CWO, and it stands for Coffee Without Ola. Ola, in this case, I'm talking about Ola England. He is a somewhat known YouTube personality. He's a heavy metal guy. Does a lot of question and answer type things, and he has a segment called Coffee with Ola. I figured I'm probably never going to be on Coffee with Ola, but you know what I can do? I can have coffee without Ola. And I suggest you go to my website, themadpoet.net. I'm going to put a link up on Nemo here. I don't know if that's actually working, but check out, I made a video for this, and it's very fun. It's a very fun little video. It's basically just me making and drinking coffee all by myself because, hey, it's like Where's Ola, right? It's like Where's Waldo, but with Ola. That should be a thing. That should totally be a thing. It's a fun video. I really had a good time making it. Ola England saw the video. He liked it. It's a quick little song. And then I'm out of here because it's pizza time. This is Coffee Without Ola. All right, gangsters, that is it for the night. Big shout out to the people on Nemo.tv. Thanks for coming. I got a bunch of people watching on there tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone who came here, wherever you're coming from, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Nemo, Nono, Vaughn, D-Live, Picardo, Trovo. I don't even know all the websites I'm streaming to. It doesn't matter. Thanks for being here. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Had a great time doing the show. We're going to be playing City of Souls next week, my 52nd album, in honor of Therese winning this Mad Poet sticker for knowing the answer to that question. You know what's going to happen now, don't you? You know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. Want me to tell you what's going to happen? I'm going to go eat some pizza.